Hey, this is Matt Criscuolo coming to you up close and personal. That's me right there. Listen, I've never actually even seen a rifle inspection like this done by the Marine Corps. I've been to Washington, D.C., and I've been to Arlington Cemetery. And if you are living in the United States, you really owe it to yourself to go check it out. It's very humbling, it's a great place to visit and very educational. As far as seeing one of these types of events live, boy, that must be a trip. But here we are, we're going to watch it together on this video, so it should be interesting. But I have seen stuff like this before on TV, and I'm always very impressed by how stiff and robotic and mechanical and methodical these guys are. I've never seen a woman do it. I'm sure that they do. They do. I would imagine so anyway. But they look great. They look sharp. Nothing but reverence and respect for these gentlemen and people in the armed forces who serve and protect us, every day. And hopefully we don't put them into harm's way unnecessarily, which unfortunately probably has been done too many times. But let's get right to this and check this out, shall we? And by the way, thank you all so very much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I really appreciate your support and your kind words. And if you can put some comments down below, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon so we can stay in touch. All that fun YouTube stuff. Otherwise, the party is over. Let's get right to it, huh? And these guys are wearing what look like fabric gloves. I mean, the amount of time and practice you got to put into that so that when you spin that rifle, it's not going to fly out of your hands and go, oh shit, where'd it go? I mean, that's just very impressive. I mean, they got to put a lot of time. I would imagine they're practicing that stuff a lot. It's like a lot of things that you get into that you got to get into the zone and focus and get rid of all other distractions and just get into that intuitive, effortless mastery. I know many of you have probably heard me use that term a lot, but that's what I think it comes down to is you become a master at something and it feels and looks effortless. And that's where these guys look like to me.
It's a gun inspection. A little fancier than normal.
I have to admit, there's something slightly awkward about that whole style of what's going on here. Now, mind you, I know nothing about the history of how this whole ritual and ceremony was created, where it came from. I know nothing. In fact, I'm sure that some of you are going to tell us, and that would be really great. Because I do read all your comments, and I heart them, by the way. That's me. But there is something slightly awkward about it. Now, for the couple of thoughts that I had was, the slow movement, I understand. I guess I would guess that the reason why there's this robotic movement is to put more emphasis on the gun and the movements with the gun, so that there isn't a distraction making your eyes go to somewhere else. The other thought that I had was, I have never seen any gun ceremonies where they took it to a whole other level, beyond what I've ever seen. So far, this pretty much falls in that same kind of what I've seen in the past. Although I've seen some other stuff that looked, I think, a little bit even more intense. But this was interesting. This was different than what I had seen, because there was first of all, one of them threw it to the other one and vice versa. And I had never seen that before. But I wonder if they are allowed, and if it is acceptable, and if it actually does already exist and I'm not aware of it, for them to take this to almost a sport level, where it becomes really an exhibition to see who can push the envelope and do some incredible things with the rifle, and develop this style. Again, maybe it's already been. I don't know. I don't know that I'm coming up with a genius idea here, but I would like to see this taken to a totally other level, where you go, holy crap, did he just do that? Because, they're almost doing that now. But you know what I mean, I think. They're just like really pushing the envelope on this. Anyway, I thought this was really cool. I was, almost a little nervous sometimes that they might, drop the gun. But that's where, you got to really work on that stuff and get that stuff straight. Now, to be able to have the discipline to spend a certain amount of hours every day practicing this so that you can go in public and not look like an idiot, can you get passionate about something like that? I mean, what if you're not? Then you're just going through the motions and you're just doing it because you have to do it. You got to get it right. But I have found in my life that anytime I got really good at something, where it became second nature, and that whatever I was doing was an extension of my body, and it was going to be flawless, and it was just going to work because the effortless mastery and the feel was right there, and everything was integrated. It was either because I was very motivated by something to make it happen, to put the time and effort in. I was motivated. If it was music, it was motivated because I wanted to get to a higher level where I can express myself without getting hung up by the technique and other obstacles. If it was in my job, it was usually because of necessity, that it had to get done, and it had to get done properly and fast. In this case, these guys, I mean, I would imagine that this rifle twirling and inspection thing is an exhibition. Maybe I don't know what part it is in their experience and their lives in the Marine Corps, but I don't know that these guys are getting up every day and spending 10 hours a day twirling rifles. I think they're doing other things, and that this is an auxiliary thing. But to get that good, you still got to put a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But anyway, what do you think? Hey guys, look, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice, and you take it easy. And if it's real easy, take it twice.